Hello everyone. Good morning. Have you ever thought that something is as simple as buying from an online website or using PayPal could be linked to a terror attack? Yes. This is not a movie plot. This actually happened in India. Today I am sharing something that's not just a news. It's a warning and a wake-up call. Let's talk about how terror is silently making its way through your phones and your apps and even your internet. Are you aware how terror attacks are linked to online platforms? According to a new report by FAFT, which is Financial Action Task Force, which is a global organization that watches terrorist financing and money laundering. Two major attacks in India are found to be funded through online payment apps like e-commerce websites and VPNs. VPNs are nothing but virtual private networks. The first case, a man attacked a security at Gorakhpur temple in Uttar Pradesh. He was influenced by ISIS ideology. Do you know what is ISIS? ISIS refers to Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. And guess what? He transferred 6.6 lakhs through PayPal to foreign countries to fund this. And he also received 10 lakhs from abroad. He used VPNs to hide his location. And coming to the second case, the Pulwama attack in 2019 that killed 40 CRPF jawans. Investigators found that the aluminium powder which is used in bombs was bought from Amazon. Yes, the same site we use for shopping daily. This was purchased to make the bomb stronger. And are you aware what's the real issue behind this? So what's the real issue here is, let me break it down simply for you. Terrorists are using our everyday tools like e-commerce sites. They pretend to be normal buyers and sellers just like you and me. They are taking advantage of the platforms that don't ask too many questions and don't verify deeply. FATF warns that terrorists are using these tools not just for buying material but also to move money, like fake billing, over-invoicing and secret downloads. This means even a mobile app in your phone could unknowingly become a part of global terror web. Then who needs to take responsibility now? Let's ask some honest questions. Are governments doing enough to track such transactions? Should online companies like Amazon, PayPal be held more responsible? What about cyber laws? Are they strong enough to handle modern terror tools? Do we as citizens even know what we are clicking and where our data is going? This is not about catching the criminal after the crime. It's about preventing it in the first place. What can we learn and do from here? In the end, this isn't just a story about two terror attacks. This is a reminder that the world we live in, terrorism is going digital. It's not always about guns and bombs anymore. It's about emails, online orders and hidden payments. Let's stay aware. Let's ask for stronger checks and smarter systems. And most importantly, let's think before we click, share or trust anything blindly online. Terror doesn't always knock with a gun. Sometimes it logins quietly. If you found this explanation helpful, please share with your friends. This is Ramya Sri Alanki signing off. Thank you.